ride where you get in the graveyard and you climb into this coffin. And this coffin is basically your cart for going into the ride. You'll see little things. These are assets that we got from the asset store that Horizon made. Then we'll go down this tunnel. These cubes are waypoints. Still got to figure out how to do this tunnel part here. But there'll be little side rooms here and there. This one will have little mummified bodies and different little thing stuff. And then you'll continue on in the tube, where we will go down to our next room that I might have a walking skeleton. We will see. But there'll be something moving around in this one. I fell. Okay. My controllers are being extra sensitive, so it might push me back to the beginning again, and you'll see that several times. I'm going to create a ceiling, and then we'll go into our first main coffin room. You can see this is the long space that we have here. We'll work on lighting, so I will, usually when I do rides, I cut everything to the black, midnight black, and then I will cut the fog halfway maybe. That way you can't see too far ahead and ruin the ride for you and your visitors. So right now we don't have anything, but we'll add that. This is how dark it is if you don't add your lighting. I'm not using complete dynamic lighting for this. I'm doing the cubes with the glow, which works just as well unless we need spotlights. When we get to the main vampire room towards the end, I'll use some dynamic lighting for that, because you can only use 20 of the lighting per world. It'll only allow for that much. Okay, here we are adding our lighting to the first coffin room. You can ungroup the coffins to remove the cross, which is what I did for 2 of them because I didn't want them all looking the same. I do have 2 of the candlestick things. I think I added a light coming up for the skull, which I'm not sure if I will keep there. But I really like the way it's looking so far in this room. Okay, so our room is really huge, kind of still empty, so we need to add a little bit more to that room. I'm looking for some pre-made props to show you that if you are not a good builder, you can have some things in there pre-made. They are awesome items, and I'll show you how you can edit those as well. If you get anything from assets, unless you plan on making an animate, always leave it ungrouped. All these you need to ungroup unless they're animating, because for every group it adds an extra object to your object count, and you can fill up your object count really quick just on these items. So I'm going to go ahead and put this into place. These are cages for prisoners that our vampires are going to suck the blood out of. But we're going to build skeletons based off a skull shape that they have added. I am actually very happy that they added the skull. I can really do so much with that because I do a lot of horror rides, and it's nice to have a skull. I'm also trying a Pirates of the Caribbean ride that I've worked on forever, and it kind of stalled. But I'll definitely be adding a lot of this to that world because it's very pirate-like themed. So if you see, I stole some parts off of the tricycle to build the curved backbone for our fella here, who will be a standing skeleton. I'm not adding the feet or the hands because that will take up more percentage. Less detail the better. We just need the basic shape for that. And apparently the skull is a light gray, so we'll do light gray for the rest of the body as well. Okay. And I will bring up my assets so you can see. The pelvic bone is a really interesting shape, and unfortunately I want to conserve my objects so that I can work on the full-fledged vampires. So I gotta delete this first. There was a lawnmower asset that Horizon built, and what I'm doing is I'm using the top part of that 2 times to make the pelvic bone, and I'm curving them in slightly. That is the only way I know to get away with that. So now I'm getting to the end of this video. This will take several different videos to do because I don't want to speed up the video. I actually want to go in through how I'm creating a ride in case you want to create a ride of yourself for yourself. I'm just bringing a flame to the front, and we'll do a dynamic lit candle on the coffin so we can be able to see going into the tunnel. So please make sure you stay tuned. I will be adding more video. This will probably be hopefully no more than 4 parts, and I hope I am able to teach you something in here as I show you how I build characters.